Repeat after me. I will not be dating a man whose main form of dishware is a paper plate. I am one more Matt from Hinge away from voluntarily enlisting in the army and asking them to send me to the front lines. Oh, do you like to go hiking? I don't care if I live or die, Matt. How about now? You want to go hiking now?
Just look at her eyes, guys. You can tell everything from the eyes.
You really don't need to caption your post all mine with that decrepit little bridge troll, because honestly none of us fucking want him, and we're actually embarrassed for you, but we're really glad you took him off the street.
1-900-9099-CRY.
I went on a Tinder date and he found out I make $20K a month on OF and stood up and walked out and smashed my mom.
Does height matter in a guy?
For me, yeah.
For me, weight matters. Step on the scale. Because if height matters, then weight should matter.
Bro, push me. Do something. Do something.
Bro, can you move, please?
Just came across my wife's Tinder profile and I'm so angry about her lies. She is not fun to be around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we could tell intelligence based on somebody's eyes. Wait a second.
We can also tell that based on your accent, ma'am.
Is that better? Does that help?
No.
Because I've dated men and I've dated women. After having a serious girlfriend, I've literally reached out to exes and apologized to them. Because
I love that.
I saw the worst version
I
of
love
myself.
that.
Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Like, you're over here and I'm just trying to get dressed.
Oh, my butt's so sore.
Why?
From gym.
When was the last time you went to gym?
Oh, hi!
Oh, hey, how are you?
Good to see you!
Who's this?
Ah, sorry, I'm Jim.
Okay,
Did
so
you hear
he's
about
Jim.
the feminist talking point from a couple years ago where women were super upset that female workplace deaths went from 5% of all deaths to 10% of all deaths? And they went to war on this. This became a platform, even though not a single extra woman was dying. It was that men were dying at a lower rate than normal. Their whole campaign was literally kill more men at work.
What is something you regret the most in your life?
Not meeting my husband sooner.
Not meeting my wife sooner.
How long have you been married?
We've been together over 40 years.
What's your secret for being together for over 40 years and still going?
Love. You have to really love that person. It isn't just about, oh, how much money do they have or how good looking are they.
So what advice would you give for a long and healthy marriage?
Good food, good sex.
It's true.
So I've just come out
Unfortunately, this doesn't apply to 2025.
of another situationship. This one lasted 8 weeks, which is pretty good going for me. And I'm going to tell you something that somebody told me that actually made me feel so much better. My friend said to me, "You're not sad because you lost him. You're sad because he wasn't the one."
No, ma'am, you're sad because every relationship turns into a situationship and all the guys in your life leave you. That's why you're actually sad. Because deep down, you can't find connection in anybody because as soon as you find somebody, they leave you.
And that hit me so hard. It's so fucking true, because the cycle now starts again. Like, you think that you found somebody that you really like and you think that it might be going somewhere, and then bam, it's gone. And then the cycle starts again, and I'm exhausted and I'm drained and I'm anxious and I feel like shit. But we're not sad because we lost them. We are sad because they weren't the one. And you will find the one, I promise.
Of course, ma'am, the one will just fall from the sky, ma'am. Prince Charming will come on his horse and save you. Just wait 5 to 10 years more and you will see, ma'am.
The wall, no man on earth can make it fall.
Somebody please tell me what makes me look like I am in my mid to late 40s, because I'm not. I'm not anywhere close to my mid to late 40s. I'm not even in my 40s. I am 36. I'll be 37 in September, but apparently I am a rough 36 because people don't think I'm that age. Some people did guess it correctly, but majority of the people thought I was a lot older than I actually am. So what is it about me that makes me look older than I actually am?
I don't know, ma'am. Maybe your skin, maybe your wrinkles, I don't know. Something about your face just tells us that you're in your 40s.
Thank you, come again.
By the way, how did you find me?
Why?
Let me know. How did you find me?
Okay, babe, I put an AirTag on your keys so that we could find the keys if they get lost.
To my keychain?
Yeah, so we can just find the keys if they're lost in the house or somewhere else.
Of course, the keys, of course.
Where is it?
It's not about finding you, it's about finding the keys.
You gave this thing to me in day one.
What?
Were you tracking me for 90 days?
No, I never think to
You
look
gave
at
this
it unless
keychain
we
to me.
lose our keys or something.
I'm not even mad at you have to be next to a powerful man. Go ahead, get next to him and use him to level up. Just step right on him and just level up.
Yeah, guys, as I told you, women can say anything online.
Don't stay under him. If you do what you have to do, girl, use him, get right next
Use
to
him,
him,
yeah.
pick his pockets. And
Just think about this, guys, how insane this sounds. Just get women and use them. Use them and then toss them away and get a new woman. How crazy does that sound? I've never said that in my life and I never will. But this woman can say it online and nobody cares.
and keep it moving. It's okay, you know? And I'm not mad at any, woman who does whatever she can to get where she needs to go.
I agree.
Just get there and keep it moving.
I've had an OF since I was 22, and I never made a lot of money, like the kind of money that would make it really worth it.
Yes, we can all see that, ma'am.
But I am heavily considering that this might be the end for me anyways. I don't think I have a lot of marketing left in me. I just don't think I can do it anymore.
Okay, ma'am, so you just basically went online, didn't even make money, like real money, and now your videos are there for everybody to see. You will never be able to take that back. And now, all of a sudden, you think you're done with it. It doesn't matter, ma'am. Once it's online, it's forever, ma'am.
This guy says, okay, but would attractive women turn into attractive men with the filter? Here's Megan Fox. Here's the filter. Angelina Jolie. With the filter. Some people say Billie Eilish is attractive and some don't. The filter got the neck weird, but if you put your thumb over it, this guy would do fine. Here's Scarlett Johansson. This was the worst one, and it's still fine. So yeah, the filter's pretty accurate. Just for good measure, here's a liberal who was complaining about ICE raids. With the filter. It seems pretty intelligent. Here's another one. Having an ugly soul just makes you uglier.
If you're a man, your only job, your only value is if you can bring home a paycheck. I don't care about how you feel. I don't care if you're risking your life when you go out there to provide for the family. I don't care if you're exhausted or you feel lonely or you don't feel respected or appreciated. I don't care as long as you have a paycheck. And that has trickled down to the men now who maybe aren't necessarily doing like the same kind of work as their fathers before them, but that detachment is still there because we've told them it doesn't matter. You see the numbers of men that are taking their own lives, that are homeless, that are addicted, and men are clearly struggling, and then we write them off as these deadbeat dads.
The two biggest movements that deconstructed society were feminism and the Me movement. The Me movement of the 60s was basically a movement that said, I matter more than anybody else. Now, bad therapy, by the way, can promote that. So that's what I mean by there's good therapy and bad therapy. Bad therapy is what you want and you need and nobody else matters but you. Me, right? That's bad therapy. That Me movement told people that individualism, that freedom to be you, freedom to be me was the most important thing.
Of course.
And that responsibility for relationships, for family, they no longer mattered because what mattered was you, no one else.
Make enough money and there's financial stress, divorce. If they're working too much and they're never home, divorce.
True.
I lived that. My dad worked very hard. He traveled a lot. You know why? Because my mom liked horses and wanted to have a horse farm. But he worked too much. You can't have both.
Right. Which is it?
You can't. How's he gonna have the farm and the horses and all the bells and whistles and we go to horse shows and stuff, but he's home all the time? What would you like expect him to win the lottery? That makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that men are put in this position where you can't win no matter what you do.
You and
I don't agree here. Nobody forced him into that position. He knew what your mother was like. Why did he marry her? He could have found another woman that didn't want that from him, that didn't expect that from him. It's on him. You chose to marry that woman.
What we've seen is feminism pushing women into a male life history trajectory, into the role of breadwinner. Men get benefits for doing those kinds of things. Men who follow those trajectories get the prizes, they get the wives, they get the children, they get the resources, they get the good jobs. Their instincts are pushing them towards these resources because, in evolutionary terms, women are attracted to men who have those resources.
True.
So men benefit from that. Women pushed into following that trajectory find that men are not looking for women for those resources particularly. They're actually looking for women who are fertile. So they'll spend all their prime kind of reproductive years following this male life history trajectory, get to their 30s and find that all of the male peers are marrying younger women and having children with them. And they're freezing their eggs. If they manage to meet somebody on internet dating and they have to go through that, they end up on IVF and 50% of them end up never having children.
And if I say that, oh, I'm a misogynist. And if this woman says the same thing, she's a pick-me.
I need to say this out loud because I just can't believe that it actually happened. So I went on a date last week with a guy.
Okay.
And the date didn't go good. He was just giving hater number one.
Giving. From the start, I wouldn't date a woman that uses giving. He's giving. Okay.
Like, couldn't be happy for anything that I said or anything that I was doing. Didn't give me, like, a single compliment or anything. There's so much more to it that I'll explain if somebody wants because it's honestly really bad. But after the date, I just decided, like, he was so fucking rude. I don't really owe him to talk to him again.
And she swears. Such a catch, such a catch.
So I stopped talking to him. And that was 5 days ago. Then yesterday, he DM'd me a video on TikTok. He doesn't even follow me on TikTok or anything. And it was this guy talking about how all women are crazy and we act through emotions and we just can't think logically because we're such emotional beings. And when you sign up to be a boyfriend, that's what you're signing up for. You're not signing up to be a therapist or listen to your girlfriend's cries for help. And I was just like, I can't believe he sent that to me. Like, that's really weird, right?
Okay, so from the start, I don't agree that all women are the same. It's like saying that all men are the same. They're not. But instead of being biased and trying to understand that video, she just felt a certain way when she heard the video and she became emotional. Of course. So you just proved that guy right.
I was married. I left my marriage. There's no lack of a lineup begging for the opportunity. So I don't know where you get the idea that people like avoid me like the plague. Check my DMs on Insta. Like,
wait, there's check my DMs on Insta. This is the woman that you want to marry that tells you check my DMs on Insta. Ma'am, just because a lot of guys, a lot of simps lust over you and want to smash you, it doesn't mean they want to marry you. How many men have proposed to you? Oh, none. They just want to date you. AKA, they want to take you out to dinner, sleep with you, and then ghost you.
The what?
A whole lineup
Of men who want what?
literally try to get me to date them.
Look, as a woman, you don't get the W until you have the ring.
I had it.
Yeah, but you
And I
don't have
left.
it now.
I haven't even been in the
but
dating
you're
for
like,
long.
You're
That's
like
the L.
That's the L. Yeah, just because men want to you, that's not the
No,
W.
I don't think that they want to just me, but I
Of course you don't think that, ma'am, because you have such a high opinion of yourself. You think, oh, I'm so special that every guy messaging me on Instagram must want me to be his wife. Of course, ma'am, you're delusional from the start. Any guy that would try to be in a relationship with you or marry you, I'm telling him, if you're watching right now, he's a big simp. No man should ever be in a relationship with this woman. Only simps. Stop being a simp.
know that plenty of men want to date me. I just left a scenario with someone who literally was asking my ring size already.
But you're like,
of course.
These dudes in my DMs. That's just
I
the
just
life
don't
of
date
a
around.
woman.
Exactly.
This girl next to you
So-
says it's easy mode for dating.
I literally
for
just
women.
said I don't think it's just me. I think it's probably all of us have at least a handful. But what he's saying...
Yeah, that's your default. Oh
that
my-
men... I'm talking about his comment. Can you stay focused? He's saying that they avoid...
Can you see how she is and how she reacts and how she talks? I just have to skip this video because it's clear she has a very low IQ and she is so entitled,
I had a homegirl, right? She had an encounter with a guy. She was on
Okay.
him. She hella liked him, whatever. She called me the next day. She was like, yeah.
Another woman that shows that you should never be in a relationship with her. A woman that says hella liked her should never get married. Should never get married because she'll hella divorce you.
We did woo woo. And I was like, cool, right? A year or so passes. She meets a guy that she's really serious with. And then she's like, so I was thinking about that one guy I was with, and I think he raped me. And I was like, you
What?
totally wanted him. You totally called me. You totally told me all the details. Like, what do you mean right now? But I think it was like the shame that I think she felt that she allowed herself to go there. And then when she met a serious guy, I think to herself, she was trying to make it seem like he overstepped or whatever. But he was like way tossed and she wasn't way tossed. Like she was fine. I think about shit like that. And I'm like, God forbid my sons were to have an encounter with a girl. She fully is, you know, fine with things. And then years, months later is like, the shame that I feel is uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna say that you took advantage of me. Hell no.
Can you even imagine, guys, that we're now at the point where a woman can feel shame just because now she's 30-something years old and she doesn't go to the clubs anymore and she doesn't chase chads anymore, and now all of a sudden she feels shame because of that night with that guy or with those multiple guys, and all of a sudden she can go to the police. Just think how crazy that is. I've never heard about a situation like this in Romania, but I've seen that in the USA. A lot of cases like that. A lot. By the way, for everybody asking me in the comments, I'm not from France. I don't have a French accent. It's not even close to a French accent. I have an Eastern European accent. I'm from Romania. It doesn't even come close to a French accent. I don't know why people keep telling me I'm from France. I'm not.
I have never met a man that provides me with more than what I provide for him. I've always been funnier. I've always gotten more money. Always been the one to have the opportunities and give the opportunities. I've always outworked them. I've always outcleaned them. I've always outcooked them. I've always had more experience than them. I've always had more travel than them. I've always had more friends than them. I've always had more love than them.
Okay, guys, so we all know that women want a guy that is better than her from every point of view. Stronger than her, taller than her, smarter than her, makes more money than her. But she says the exact opposite. So statistically, either she's an anomaly or she's lying. Either way, we're going to skip this video because it's very stupid.
My wife told her friends she settled for me. We have a perfect marriage. We've been together for 9 years, married for 4. We rarely fight. We're often intimate.
By the way, guys, I got yesterday 2 messages like this from guys that had women in their life admit to them that they would have been better if they would have settled for them. Instead, they went for the bad boy, and of course the bad boys treated them like shit. And I said in those comments, why would you want to be the guy that she settled for? She will never be happy with you. Don't be the simp that she settles for. She settled for you just because you offer some kind of comfort or money or peace of mind. That's why she's with you. Why would you want a woman that settled for you? That to me sounds nuts.
We go out on date nights, send memes to each other, the works. Recently, we got news that her ex-boyfriend overdosed and passed away. Now, my wife has no connection to him, so we expressed our condolences to his family over text and nothing more. She often goes out with her friends, and I always let her. I have no problem with it because I used to trust her 100%. I had to work late, so I told
That's your problem, my guy. Why does your wife want to go out without you? I don't get it. Why? Why does she feel the need to go with her girlfriends to be away from you? I don't get that part. I don't get it.
Told my wife that if she wants, she can call her friends over to our place since I wouldn't be around. Well, the rains were heavy and our office was told to leave early because some light flooding was taking place on the roads. I reached home and I could tell her friends were there, so I quietly went to our room unnoticed. Everyone was speaking quite loudly though, so I could hear a lot. And the ex-boyfriend came up in conversation. My wife said that 4 years into our relationship, she got a call from her ex-boyfriend, who lived in a trailer, offering to help her see the world. She said she had a bag packed and was ready to leave, but in the end decided not to and settled for the stability that I was giving her. I didn't know about any of this. She never told me, and she says that apparently she settled for me. One of her friends asked her if she ever regretted her choice. She said that she used to, but not recently. I guess that's it, right? I'm not unstable enough for her to be attracted to me. She has to settle for someone like me. That one word just keeps revolving in my head. I slipped out of the house and went to a cafe to gather my thoughts, but got a call from her asking me where I was. That I was due home half an hour ago. I went back and she greeted me with a hug and a kiss as always, but I wasn't really into it, and she asked me why my mood was off. I mumbled something like stress from work and went to bed, skipping dinner and our usual alone time. Except I couldn't sleep. I woke up a few hours later into the night and sat in the balcony just thinking about how I'm not good enough for her, about how I'm sure she doesn't love me. I know she at least loves me a little, but even for that, I have no guarantee. It's the next day now. I didn't sleep much last night, and wife's still asleep. I didn't tell anyone anything about what she said because I just can't. What do I do here, guys? Should I even talk to her? Divorce? ? Is there any hope for us moving forward?
No, there isn't, my guy. You will always hear that word in your head. Your entire life, she settled for you. She settled for you. You weren't good enough. You just offered stability. She settled for you. That's why she goes out with her friends to be away from you. That's why, because she settled for you. And I can bet, all her friends settled for their husbands. Those weren't the husbands that they truly wanted to have. Why would you want to know as a man that she settled for you? That you're a loser? That you just offer stability? She didn't want you in her prime. She just wanted you when you offered stability, when she wanted stability. But in her prime, she didn't want you. Why would you want to be in a relationship like that?
Hey, so, bad news. I'm absolutely miserable with you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just having the worst time.
Well, it's funny you should bring that up because I'm also having a terrible time just on a daily basis.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. This has not been fun. I think we're an ill-suited match.
I don't want to be around you at all.
That's not great.
No, I think I'd prefer to not be your wife.
Oh, yeah, no, I prefer that as well. Because when you talk, the sound of your voice makes me feel like my ears are bleeding.
Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, the way you brush your teeth, it makes me want to impale you with a harpoon.
I got that vibe for sure. I could see that in your eyes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what was once a lustful desire is now definitely more a harpoon-related desire.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way.
I think we should break up.
Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.